Can writing bring it back? The Xerox place creates amnesia. For the third time in the last 2 months, I've left my bag somewhere. Now waiting until the Xerox place across the street opens on this Sunday morning to see if it is there like the last time. Another weird, exhausting night with Gerard here, as he was before when I luckily recovered it. My notebook with the Kenneth Anger sequence from Texas, the recent meditation at La Casita, the particularly good piece on Purgatorio. Purgatorio is locked up at night, and Beatrice and Ramesses agree that Calvin Klein will never cut it, that paradise can only be temporary, that mythologies of the heart is meat, not lingerie. But this piece I read to Gerard's answering machine, and he copied it onto another tape, which makes it retrievable even if the bag is not. Poetry may be next to prophecy, but I also know that life is next to death, that sanity lives next door to insanity. Timothy calls to find out whether I have gotten to the Xerox store, but it doesn't open until 10. He tells me of Hemingway's suitcase of manuscripts left by his wife at the train station, about a lost Signac between two cardboards, about Karen's notebook left on a train in Europe, the pink pages of his novel at the garbage dump near a train station in Spain, some of which he recovered and saw published in Signal by Brett Romer. Gerard found a camera bag he left behind at Veselka's, and KJ Clark threw out an expensive camera Gerard had hidden in an otherwise empty garbage bag. Jane Bowles left manuscripts in taxi cabs, and T. Lawrence rewrote 7 Pillars of Wisdom after losing the complete manuscript. And Anthony Artaud, did he go mad after losing his magical cane? What falls to my lot falls to me. What falls to your lot falls to thee. On a rickshaw in Calcutta, Klaus argued about the few rupees and left behind a bag with $25,000 in cash. None of us will get out alive, and yet Buck still in the hole has lost more than I will ever have. The miracle is in what one still has, or in what one has given away. Radio waves bouncing around in the void. The recycled thought in Akasha. The dust of an unborn star twinkling feebly in the future. My father dreamed of losing something in the subway as he was dying. And God, did he ever dream he could lose a galaxy? Could a universe be misplaced, forgotten while standing in line at the post office? It's 5 to 10 and I have to go. And I was halfway up Purgatorio when it happened, industriously hanging on the ledge of sloth. And a man goes by in a wheelchair with no legs. So it wasn't there, and nobody knows anything, and I'm a laughing stock, and I can't go anywhere without risking my life or what's left of it. And I have no rightful place, and what do I expect? That the shoemaker's elves are going to arrive at the door of my life and rescue me, protect me or my word, my very heartbeat, save it for future generations? Amazing to imagine the significance of Lascaux, or a single sigh petrified as a wrinkle in time, and another egg opens, and another thing crawls out, finely tuned and programmed for death, which is life. Or could one reverse it all and sleep at last in the yoke of peace? Kenneth Anger taking Jack Smith to all the secondhand shops in San Francisco looking for a Morning Glory phonograph, and settling for a plastic space gun, which he paid $1.50 for when Jack asked the storekeeper if he would take 25 cents. Samson is dead and Ginger Rogers too. It is hailing in Dallas, and I am reading my poems under a tent. It is as if the very drummers of heaven are accompanying my songs, and still I am standing in the ashes of my ardor, unable to withstand the silence. What will I use for a shoulder bag? You think it's funny, and maybe you're right. Take care of my kids and fuck my wife. I may not be gone, but it sure feels like I'm on my way, as Gerard speaks of buying a vacuum cleaner, and I hold on to the only handle I know, but the bag has vanished into thin air. Is it only the presence of a common enemy that makes us unite? How about the uncommon aspiration, the desire to climb over these walls to see what's out there? Only in that way can we discover what's in here as if hidden, so hard it is to know, to blur the distinction between yours and mine. A notion more sublime, another note in a bottle, an arrow falling from the sky, reaching no one in particular. Another do and die. Whatever truly dies stays dead forever, except the spirit live and redeem the spark. This I saw in the luminous glass. Take away all from me, that I may stand tall as the flame which ignites the dark of the dark to come. Surrender me not to the formless, and unusable worlds of the incomplete, but candle me in the hope of eternal return, as if in a magical tale of my own telling. It will be so. I was okay before when I was inching my way as a worm. Now I'll even buy a ticket if I have to. Straighten thy legs. Rise up, brother. It is I who call you to your better self.